Hey guys, January the 25th here in Central Illinois. I just thought I'd give you a quick update on my power dump. It's coming along pretty well, and initially I didn't like the way these cabs looked on here. I just thought they were too boxy. I was looking, but basically what I wanted was a front end like we've got on these electrics. That's exactly what I wanted. Well, I did a little bit of research out on the internet, and guess what? There's my cab. I think you'd have to admit they look a lot alike. So you've got the overhang, just like I've got the overhang here. Of course, this power equipment overhung these trucks, so that didn't bother me. I just didn't like the boxiness of it. I wanted it more sleek, but I've got justification here. So I'm going to stay with the cabs. Actually, now that I've found the real thing, I was happy with it to begin with, but I'm even happier now. We got the roofs rolled and they're fitted to it. Now, they're a good friction fit. I went ahead and on the fronts, instead of soldering it all as one unit, I bolted them together. And the main reason I bolted them together is if this is soldered where this axle comes out for the dump, when it's rigid, you can't spread it wide enough to have it drop over that peg that sticks out the side. So this allows me to roll this front forward. The screws are loose on the back side, which gives me a whole lot more slop. And then I can spread this ever so slightly, slide it right down, and the rod pops right through the hole. Now, the other thing that I have done, I'm having a hell of a time with the mechanism on this. It's really loose. It's really wallered out. I found out on eBay this morning, Trains, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. They sell a lot of stuff out of Georgia. They're a huge distributor. They had a brand new, in the box, Mike Trainhouse 218. Now, I'm not big on buying Mike's Trainhouse anymore, and it's basically because of the China connection. I've gotten rid of most of my Mike's Trainhouse, and I've only got the real stuff or repro stuff that was made here in the States. So it's just a bugaboo that I've worked myself into here the last couple of years. But for what Trains wanted for that 218, I couldn't turn it down. $53, brand new and in the box. And what I'm thinking about doing is, since it is brand new and in the box, I'm going to use it as the main car. That way I don't have to strip and paint the body and the dump. I can leave it as is because it's great paint. I was initially going to take this and I was going to strip the dump, and I was probably going to do the dump black, and then I was going to do the frame red, and then I was going to do the cabs yellow with a black roof. I think if everything works out with this Mike's Trainhouse, all I'll do is the cabs. This is the yellow that I intend to paint on the cabs, and like I say, they'll be yellow with a black roof, and then any of the trim that they've got. The other thing I'm still working on is a trolley pole, and this is what I'd like to find a couple of these dirt cheap, and they're not. But this trolley pole is off of a Pride Lines O-gauge trolley. It's where I got it. It would be absolutely perfect for the top of these. Now, I'm going to have to fabricate something. I can do that. I just don't want to because I'm lazy. It's what it amounts to. Just more work to do. But it's got to have a trolley pole on it. I think it will look perfect with the trolley pole. And here again, let's go back to the originals. You can see that they've got a trolley pole there, and it attaches there. So that's what I'm looking. I mean, after all, it's a forwards and backwards. But if I can get the trolley pole on that, so much the better. The other thing is I actually may keep the couplers. I'll have to extend it. Some of these have got couplers. This thing will be worthless for pulling any freight because it's just not big enough. But it's something else that I'm looking at. I'm not happy with the windows. I've also found some brass inserts that might fit this quite well. So I'm waiting for those to come through the mail, and we'll see where we go from there. I had the frames, and the frames look all right, but they still weren't to my satisfaction. The other thing that I'm working on, we've talked about this before, I want a door in the side of this. This is a 42 sliding door off of a 42 electric. It'll look pretty good in here. I think it would be just fine. And all I'm going to do with this is, like I told you, solder 2 studs on the back, drill 2 holes in that, and pull this thing up tight if I use it, and cut the hole out for the window. It will definitely have a hole for the window. The other one is 256 door. Well, I don't know. The 256 looks a little bit puny on this size of a cab, while the 40, now let's put it down here where you can see it. While the 42 is quite large, I think the largeness is better for the way that cab looks than this little thing. So here again, a decision I'll have to make. But that's what we're working on. That's where it's gone so far. I'm well pleased with it. And I'll tell you what, if I decide, and next week I'll have the 218, the MTH 218. If I decide to keep that body and not do any painting on it, it's going to go a long ways to getting this project completed and up on the shelf. So that's what we're looking forward to. I like I say, I'm well pleased with the cabs. The roofs keep everything nice and steady. And one of these days I'll even get the headlights wired so that we can enjoy the warm glow of electric sex. So here we go. It's nice not to have to use a magnet and the tabs fall off. That little truck I manufactured boots it right on down the railway, that's for sure. All right, guys, that's where we're standing with this thing. There's going to be more to come. I'm really I'm pleased with the way it's all coming together. I've thought about doing this for an awful long time, and but I tell you what pleases me the most is the fact that I found something that was real, that virtually looks like this. This is the real kicker for me right here. So, all right, guys, have a good weekend. We'll talk with you later. And be careful out there. Toodaloo.